Not the sweet little Kim K that she presents today. She's nasty. She's calling Whitney Houston a crackhead, and she's yelling at Ray J. And this tape landed on my lap, and I am told that there is much, much more. And it is the opposite version of the Kim Kardashian that your kids have been following. This is just a sample of the tape. Again, this is a voicemail that she left Ray J. Take a listen.
Ray, it's Kim. I just want you to know that I think you are so disgusting and desperate. Who leaves their email address on their machine? You clearly want people to call you, but yet you won't call me back. And actually, you know what? Don't call me back. Don't ever call me back. I never want to talk to you ever again. I think you're honestly a sick human being, and I think you are just so desperate that you'll do anything for attention, and you're just so disgusting. Honestly, so, have fun with old hag Whitney Houston. She's so sick, and, crack is definitely not whack with you guys, because you are just, honestly, makes me laugh on how disgusting you guys look. You're in Vegas with Whitney, and you need to go hang out with your old, friend, and it's not right, but it's okay. I'm definitely going to make it anyway, because you guys are just disgusting and sick, and stop you're with her. I don't understand it. She's so old and sick, and you are just sick and desperate. So leave me the alone and stop calling me. I hate you.
So it's being alleged that she left that voicemail because she was upset that Ray J at that moment was becoming more famous than her because he was dating Whitney Houston, who obviously has now passed.
So as you heard, Candace Owens is coming out for blood. She's going straight at Kim Kardashian. Basically, it seems like she got her hands on this old voicemail that Kim Kardashian left Ray J after he hooked up with Whitney Houston. And basically, she's raging out. She's going in on Ray J. A couple of things I took from that voicemail. The first thing is how she's talking down to him as if he's dumb or insignificant, like he's beneath her. The second thing I picked up was she sounded like Paris Hilton. She sounded like a Valley girl. It's funny, Kim Kardashian doesn't sound like that now when she talks. The third thing I picked up from that voicemail is she is definitely not a nice person. She sounds like a bully. If she don't get her way, she gonna throw a fit. One thing that you do see from the show, which is pretty transparent, is whenever something happens to Kim Kardashian, she always plays the victim. And then her mother, who is pretty much strongholding the media right now, goes in and plays damage control and cleans it all up. That seems to be the pattern there. A lot like the video I did yesterday about King and T.I., how T.I. always comes in and tries to save the day when King does something that's not good for his press or his PR. He comes in and he'll defend him. Kris Jenner's a lot the same with Kim Kardashian. Whenever Kim gets into anything, Kris Kardashian comes in and saves the day. So we can expect, after this was exposed today, something coming out through the media, basically slandering Candace, making her seem like she's a bad person and all these things. So Kris Jenner's on the case. You know that Kim Kardashian is not just gonna let this slide. This was a bad look for her. This didn't sound good, this didn't sound good at all, especially with what's going on now with Kim Kardashian and Ray J, with the lawsuit about the porn tape, Kris Jenner's part in the whole sex tape, selling it to Vivid, all of that stuff, man. It's funny the timing of all these things coming out, basically. And then a couple days ago, Ray J saying that he was gonna jump off a building and commit suicide, so all these things are happening all at one time. A funny takeaway I got from this is literally Kanye West was just with Candace Owens with the White Lives Matter shirt not even a week ago, and then Candace Owens comes out with this audio, this voicemail of Kim Kardashian basically being a bully, being a an entitled bully. And then the worst part about that voicemail was her calling Whitney Houston a crackhead. She would never say this publicly. She would never, because that would look bad on her image. They keep that stuff private. They don't let us see themselves and their real personality. They're so fake. Everything about them is fake, basically. And so we got a chance to get a glimpse of who she really is. But like I said, Candace Owens and Kanye West were just together last week. The whole White Lives Matter shirts, it was a big trending topic. She got a lot of FaceTime by posing with Kanye West. But then a week later, here comes this tape. Now, there's a couple of takeaways I get from this voicemail. The first thing is, how did Candace Owens, who has no connection to Kim Kardashian, how does she get her hands on this tape? That's first thing. It either had to come from Ray J personally. Like I said, she was with Kanye West earlier last week. So Kanye, he's a funny character. You just never know what part he's playing. I don't know what him and Kim's relationship is outside of co-parenting the kids at this point. Maybe there's some bad blood there. Maybe he wanted to expose Kim for who she is. You just never know all the angles playing out. But, the Kardashians are good at projecting. Basically a one-way conversation. It's never a two-way conversation, because most of America, probably say most of the world, we tired of it. We tired of the Kardashians. We tired of the fake people on TV every day getting all this press and this media coverage for absolutely nothing at all. If most of us had our way, they'd be canceled. They would fade away and go away. Kris Jenner, she basically has a lot of connections to where she's able to manipulate the media in a certain sense, to where they basically just project at us. They don't care about what we think. They don't care about how we feel. It's just like they constantly projecting. If you go on Yahoo News, the Kardashians have about 30 stories on Yahoo News every day about nothing, literally. We're not asking for this. Like, if we had our choice, they'd probably be canceled, but they're too powerful within the media, as you can see, to go from a porn tape to a reality show that has been going on for almost 20 years now. Who does that, and how do you do that? How did Kris Jenner even get to Vivid to sell that sex tape, unless she had connections at Vivid? All these things are starting to come together, but like I was saying, they're good at projecting at us, and they could care less about what our opinions are of them. They're very protected also, so in doing that, they'll project at us and then they go hide. Interesting thing that happened this past Sunday, Kim Kardashian and Saint were actually at the Dallas Cowboys Los Angeles Rams game at AT&T Stadium. First, I saw them introduce John Legend, and he got a big ovation because people generally like John Legend. He's actually talented, so people have a reason to like John Legend. The next person that they introduced to all the fans in AT&T Stadium was Kim Kardashian, and you could literally hear the full stadium booing them. Because that's how people feel about the Kardashians. If it was a two-way conversation, there probably would be nothing but boos. Nobody likes them. Nobody likes them. But I think that's what keeps people coming back at the same time. It's like watching a train wreck. You really can't turn your head away, with these Kardashians. And they stay in the news cycle. They always have something going on. Here we are. It seems like they're picking on Ray J right now because he tried to make a power move in suing them, and then also in going on Instagram Live and exposing them, showing the documents, showing where they signed contracts and reneged on contracts, basically exposing these people. But the thing that we know about the Kardashians is they may be pretty dangerous at the same time. Like, you may not want to cross them. Legally, you definitely don't want to cross them. They got their I's dotted, their T's crossed as far as anything legally. That's why they're able to do all of this stuff they're doing. The second thing I mentioned yesterday when I was talking about Charleston White, certain people are industry plants. It doesn't matter what they do. They can offend who they want. They can destroy who they want, and nothing happens to them. All that happens is more success. They get more money, more fame. So you have to ask yourself, what is the agenda with the Kardashians? That's why you have a lot of these celebrities or people that they plant on TV and in music. They want you to mimic their behavior. They want you to act like them. For whatever reason, that's what they're doing. So I do believe that the Kardashians are definitely industry plants. Ray J is a guy, Of course, he's Brandy's brother, and he's been famous since he was a kid. He was on the Sinbad show. I remember that when he first came out. Brandy was on Moesha, Ray J was on Sinbad, and it's like, oh man, they're talented brothers and sisters. You know, they got a talented family. After that, Ray J became a singer. I remember he did the One Wish song. He had some hit singles, you know, but never really caught on as an artist, as a singing artist. But after a while, he just started doing publicity stunts. It looks like he was trying to create an image. And in doing that, after the porn tape came out, of course, he hooked up with Whitney Houston, you know, and so in that was a part of his image, because of course Whitney was with Bobby, who is the bad boy, and then Ray J after the porn tape, and then now she's with Ray J. I want to play a sound bite for you from an interview that Ray J did, where he basically says all he did was use Whitney Houston for clout. He was clout chasing. Basically, he was only with her because he was trying to establish this bad boy image.
I was right at the peak of the Kim K sex tape, Whitney Houston. Just, I'm on top of the world as far as being a bad boy.
Right.
So at that point, it just, you know what's up. I don't have to say shit to you. You're going to be with me when I want you to be with me.
Right.
And then when we're not together, I'm going to be with her, whoever the fuck I want to be with. You know what's up with me. I'm right here.
Right.
This is what's up. This is my life. Publicly, you know what I do.
And how did you feel about that internally? Were you cool with that?
At that point, I was boasting off of it.
Okay.
I didn't have anybody to be like, hold on. Cut all of this shit out and reconstruct your career now.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Reconstruct it now.
Once the Whitney thing happened, you had that.
I could have reconstructed crazy. But at the same time, a lot of people was turned off because she was big, and I was getting her right, but she was a little older, and her image in the past wasn't as solid as if I got with a Mariah Carey.
No, but you could have been the guy to turn her around after the Bobby thing.
Oh, absolutely.
You could have been the guy to come in and been like, you know what? The one thing I don't want to do, you could have been on the dude talking about the one thing I don't want to do to a woman that's been through so much is ever take her back to that place. So
yeah,
it made me change.
I would have had to be with her, though.
No, right, but I'm just saying, even as a friend.
No, I would have had
because
to.
The gossip
but I would have
there.
still had to. I would have been with Whitney Houston.
Right.
And that was something that every day I was with her, I was not happy.
Right.
Like, I was not happy.
Right. It was the right thing to do.
And I saw myself, like, I was like, yo, I'm on top of the world.
Right.
Look at all the people I'm shaking hands with right now.
Right.
Right now, today. Like,
right.
I mean, or when I was with her.
Yeah.
On top of the world.
Right.
Like, literally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the dude said. Boom. I would sit at dinner. People would come in, the prince or whatever, and be like, yo, we want to give you this. We would love for you to be, hey, hi, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, boom. And I'd be like, cool, but I wasn't happy.
Right.
I wasn't happy. She was yearning, you know, for things.
For more.
For she was yearning.
Yeah, we don't have to.
You know what I'm saying? For me and for everything.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Still. And I was unhappy. So I didn't want to sell my soul.
For that, right.
For that. But
see,
I wanted...
that's a good guy, though. Right.
Knowing that it's not right. Knowing that I'm playing with her mind a little bit to get me somewhere.
Right.
But what's crazy is that now that you tell me that, and now I can still do that. Like, it's
the new man.
Yeah, the new man can do that. But I'm just saying, as the new man, we have that option, and we should take advantage of that option. Because every time
you should do her right.
I always do her right. Before we were really right, you know how long it took me to really make it right with her?
Wait, do you understand what I could do?
She would. I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you.
If Whitney, is she clean?
Absolutely.
Until clean, Ray.
Until if I want her to be.
What? Okay, let's turn this
off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So he's with Kim Kardashian, and he makes a deal with Whitney Houston that he can do what he wants to do outside of them being together. Basically, when I'm with you, but then I can go out and do other things with other people. It sounds like he was still with Kim Kardashian while he was doing everything with Whitney Houston. That's why I believe she sounded so angry on that voicemail. She was actually jealous for a couple of reasons. I'm not sure if this recording came out prior to the Kardashian show coming on, but Ray J was blowing up during that period. He was parlaying that porn tape into something completely different. I'm not sure if the Kardashians were trying to control him at that point. I'm not sure if they ever managed him, if Kris Jenner ever managed Ray J, but then you go back to their relationship. They said that Kim Kardashian was his stylist at one point, and that's how they hooked up, and that's how the whole porn tape came out. It's just a lot of pieces that don't really connect. As far as us from the outside looking in, to hear the tape that Candace Owens came out with today and to hear Kim Kardashian speak like that. Here's another thing. I think Candace Owens is an industry plant also. So I'm looking at all three of these people and I'm saying they all seem like they're planted here in this industry. They're not going anywhere. They all have their own lanes. This could just be publicity for Kim Kardashian. Like I said, sometimes you deal with people like Candace Owens and Charleston White, Whack 100, DJ Academics. You deal with these type of people because you need your name out in the media. And Candace Owens is definitely somebody who can get the conservatives talking about you. But then it kind of creates a polarity where a lot of people that don't agree with Candace, they'll side with you. So Kim may be playing the media with this whole thing, but Candace may actually be the feds, to be honest with you. DJ Vlad's a guy that we always look at and say he may be the feds because of all the intel he has prior to these people saying anything about, the questions that Vlad is asking. Something I'm realizing with Candace Owens is she's able to get her hands on things that regular people can't get their hands on. Like, she's putting out a documentary about Black Lives Matter, and she literally has pretty much all the documents to back up what she's saying. She's got the receipts. And then you hear this. Like I said, there's only a couple of sources she could have gotten his voicemail from. Of course, Ray J, because he could have saved the message, and with all the legal stuff he's got going on, maybe he didn't want to put it out through his platform, so he gave it to her to release. The other person is, of course, Kanye West. Now, how would Kanye get this tape? Just like with that episode with Ray J and the porn tapes where him and Kanye met up, and apparently Ray J gave him the rest of the tapes. Maybe Ray J and Kanye are on the same team. Like Kim did both of them dirty in the end. She literally was playing this guy, Pete Davidson, against Kanye in the media. That's the father of your kids. You just don't do that. But she did it, and now she broke up with Pete Davidson. The thing about Kim Kardashian, she looks like she'll basically use anybody. And if she doesn't get her way, she's gonna bully you. And apparently she's gotten away with it her whole life. She is definitely entitled, and so maybe Kanye had enough, maybe Ray J had enough, and now it's time to expose her for who she is, to go right around Kris Jenner, because I'm sure Kris Jenner knew nothing about this being released this morning. She had no idea, because if she did have an idea, she would have put a cease and desist on that. This was definitely a covert operation, however Candace Owens got it, and I'm happy for it because, like I said, most Americans, we don't like the Kardashians. We just tolerate them. I mean, what else can you do? They everywhere. They all over the TV. When you're at the grocery store, you're in line and you look over to the left and right, they're literally on the covers of just about every magazine. They're literally all over television. I actually think they shapeshifters. You know what I'm saying? Look at how much they changed, man. Look at their bodies, their faces, their lips, their noses. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, plastic surgery, but come on, bro. Like, some of the shifts they making, it's like, bro, are y'all even human? And I know it's just a bunch of plastic surgery that they're getting on their faces and their bodies, and they're normalizing plastic surgery. So back when I said that they're industry plants and they're pushing an agenda on the younger generation, well, we know what the agenda is with Kim Kardashian. It's literally plastic surgery. Look at what's happened since she's come out in the media. A lot of women are more accepting, especially black women, more accepting of getting all types of plastic surgery and injections, when that wasn't a thing that we did prior to Kim Kardashian, And I think Kim Kardashian is here to sell that to us because a little melanated. She's not a white girl. She's got Armenian in her, so she can pass. She went and got the butt. The other thing about her is if you look at some of her older pictures, none of that was there. That's not natural. That's not genetics. Same thing with Kylie Jenner. Nothing about her is natural. And in our new society, our new weird society, all of that is okay. Nothing's off limits. I believe that Hollywood and the music industry are pushing Aleister Crowley's philosophy of do as thou wilt, basically. And they're creating chaos in our society through that thinking, basically. And the Kardashians, they fall right in line with that. If you don't like your body, just go get somebody to carve you up and put some silicone in you and some injections in you, and now you're perfect. No, you're not perfect. You're not perfect. Because if you were damaged internally before, as far as your emotions and your state of mind, and you got mental disorders, getting breast implants and butt implants isn't gonna fix that. You still got some issues. A lot of people think just because you can perfect the outside that everything else will be good, and that's so far from the truth. You just got a fake body. You still got the same problems. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, but this was a crazy case. I hate that Whitney Houston's name is still being brought up in this way. It's like she was being used by everybody after she became famous. It's very sad, actually, the way that Whitney was treated. Even, with her addictions and all these things, people just used her. And of course, like I said in that last recording that I played, Ray J basically straight out said, I use Whitney Houston for clout. I wanted to establish this bad boy image. So basically, I used Whitney, and that's how I did it. Ray J doesn't seem like he's in the right state of mind right now. Fame and money only compound the problems that you have in life. If you got mental issues and things of that nature, none of that's gonna help. It's only gonna, like I say, compound those issues. So I hope Ray J can get help. However, Candace Owens got that voicemail, she got it. And of course, this puts him out there if he didn't have anything to do with this being released. So it's just a lot of different angles to this situation, man. I definitely wanted to go ahead and report on this because this seems to be the big news for today. Candace Owens, and she's first on it, man. She is breaking stories for real. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel about Candace Owens, she going in. She trying to reveal the truth in a lot of things that are lies, and so I respect that. I don't agree with her on everything, but I think she's bold, and I respect the fact that she's bold enough to speak on what she believes. So that's where I'm gonna leave it on that. If you got any comments, let me know how you feel about the situation, man. So yeah, on that note, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Peace out.